And with it being a Monday, I've got my very special guest with me today. His name is Steve Griffiths, and he's on the way next.
Let Conwy Employment Hub help you develop the skills you need to get back into work and then help you find a job. Register online today.
He's here. How are you, young man?
Gary Carr.
God.
Hey Gary, I've got a question for you.
Go on.
Have you got any ABBA to play?
Don't be cheeky, you. God, he's a cheeky monkey. I wish you wouldn't do that, you know. They put the fear of God in me when people say ABBA. The new album's all right if you want to fall asleep at night.
Do you think I quite like,
you like it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think what they've done is quite technical. Have you seen what they've done on the stage performance?
Yeah.
I thought I enjoyed that, in fairness.
Yeah, but they look like they've been airbrushed.
Imagine you in one of those technical suits, Gary, and you look 60 years younger.
No, I don't want to be.
You'd be minus 20, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Hey,
that was a compliment. That was a compliment.
Yeah, a thinly veiled one. Anyway. Good afternoon, Mr. Griffiths. You're from Conwy Employment Hub, of course, and you're here every Monday. And you brought a special guest who we'll talk about very, very shortly.
Yeah, don't ask me what Jasmine's going to talk about, because I've got no idea.
Is she winging it today?
We're all winging it.
You wing it every week.
But Gary, apparently, for the people we've spoken to that enjoy the show, they actually quite like that element of it. So
do they?
We don't sound scripted, apparently.
The comedic part of the show.
Definitely comedic part of the show.
Right, so what have you got for us this week, young man?
Yeah, well, Gary, I was going to mention, not when were we last on? Wasn't last week, was it? It was the week before.
Because you weren't very well. I
had the lurgy.
He threw a sickie.
And for any listeners out there, it wasn't COVID. No. I have been tested. The slightest little cough or sneeze these days is, it's quite scary actually. If you do cough or sneeze in a shop, everyone sort of looks around and looks at you, and it's like, anyway, it wasn't COVID, thankfully. But
good to have you back.
Yeah, thank you, Gary. So it's good to be back, and just for all those listeners out there, and some of the people that we have helped over the last few weeks and months, we'd love for that to continue in terms of any job seekers, anybody who's looking for any assistance through barriers like CV help or help with interviews or motivational issues. Brilliant. Whatever the barriers are, please get in touch. And in a few moments, I'll give you some of the contact details that we've got. But okay. I thought, Gary, we've been running over the last few, the various programs that we work for have been running what's called pathways and training programs for quite a few years, for various employers and various industry sectors. And we just want to let listeners know that we're doing plenty more in the new year in terms of, construction pathways into sort of recycling work. So we've got really loads and loads of stuff that we can talk about, social care and things like this. So if anybody out there is interested in a new career and they're not in employment at the moment, email us on ceh@conwy.gov.uk or give us a call on 01492 575 578, because for one, we've got loads and loads of jobs out there through Conwy Council itself. We've got loads and loads of jobs for young people between the ages of 16 and 24. That's called the Kickstart program at the moment.
Yeah, heard of that.
And we've mentioned on a couple of occasions that boat job that seems quite popular, but we still can't seem to find anybody for. But it's a popular job and quite cool. But there's lots out there. So directly for the authority, indirectly for various companies and things like that we help place participants into. So a little bit like a recruitment agency, but obviously no fees. All our services are free of charge, and it's a service to employers and a service to the community.
Brilliant. So what jobs have you got available at the minute, or what?
Gary, don't ask me yet. It's not downloaded.
Listener,
I think you might have to speak to our special guest first.
I will in a second. Listener, just to put you in the picture, Steve doesn't bring a piece of paper with all the jobs on, right? He brings in his phone, and he's got something wrong with his phone, so he can't download the jobs, or it's very slow. He needs to put a bit of coal on there.
Don't worry about it.
I think it's like a steam engine. So you were brought a brand new guest, and Jasmine's not been on the show before.
Jasmine certainly hasn't.
Yeah.
But I won't introduce her. I'll let Jasmine introduce herself, because otherwise there'll be nothing for her to talk about.
So, Jasmine, welcome to the show, and I'm going to cut him off now because he butts in when we talk in here, you see. So what's your position with Conwy County Borough Council then?
So I am Tourism and Regeneration Project Officer at Conwy Council.
That's a big title.
Yeah.
I have to dot my cap again.
Yeah. Thanks for inviting me along today.
That's not a problem.
I just wanted to come along and talk about one of the tourism projects that we have going on, which is basically the Conwy Tourism Ambassador Programme.
Yeah, I've heard of that actually. I've actually heard of it.
Yeah, fab, yeah. So it's a free online course, essentially, that will teach you all about Conwy County's tourism offer. So you can deepen your knowledge of your local area. And the whole point is that it is designed to enhance the visitor experience.
Right, yeah, I was going to touch on, there's a certain thing going on just along the road here in the big castle. Has that?
Yes.
Do you think that's going to make a difference to this type of thing, tourism? And people think, ooh, it's brought more interest into the region, I mean.
It could do. I mean, obviously, yeah, it does highlight the local area, which is all great. And yeah, there's some great stories from that. So yeah, definitely it could well impact.
Apologies for digressing, but it was on my mind. I had to speak it. Anyway, sorry, we're getting distracted by him over there again. Sorry, you carry on.
So it's a free online course. So basically, anyone can sign up, anyone can join. If you're living in the area, if you work in tourism, working for a local business, businesses could use it as part of their staff inductions to sort of teach staff about the local area. There's a range of modules on there. So there's 12 modules in total.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Not just one thing then.
Oh, no. Yeah, so there's a whole range and it covers all different aspects. So you've got the history of Conwy County, you've got sort of walking in the county, cycling, food and drink. So basically you will achieve bronze, silver and gold awards as you progress through all of the modules.
Blimey.
So you need at least 3 modules completed and you'll get a bronze award. 6 for silver and then 9+ for gold. Once you've completed all them, you'll be a gold ambassador for tourism.
Blimey, hey, this is big business, isn't it, Steve?
It certainly is, Gary. It really is.
You bring some interesting guests on here.
I almost poured water all over your...
well, you don't want to be doing that.
Computer system, but there we go.
I'm cutting him off again. So how long have you been doing this for then, Jasmine?
Actually, this is, for me personally, it's a new role, but we've launched this course earlier this year in March.
Yeah.
So far, we actually have just over 300 bronze ambassadors already.
Yeah, so they've actually done three of the modules.
Yes, so they've done 3 modules. Yeah.
So you've been quite busy then, haven't you?
Yes.
So they can do this at home then, can they?
Yeah, completely all online, so you can do it anywhere really, at home, wherever's easiest for people. It's a range of sort of videos and some sort of text to read. Basically, at the end of each module, you'll have a quiz. You have to get at least...
we like quizzes!
You have to get at least 80% to pass the quiz, but you can go back and redo it. You can see where you went wrong if you didn't get the full 80% the first time. And then, once you've passed those quizzes and worked through, you'll get the bronze, silver, gold awards.
God, blimey. So it's free?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely free.
I tell you what, Jasmine, there's not a lot nowadays for free that you can benefit from. There's always a catch, but it doesn't look like there's a catch here.
No.
There isn't, is there?
No catch. No, it's completely free. It's great for anyone who, like I say, lives, works in the area. So it's conwyambassador.wales is the website that you can sign up on.
Right. Is there a phone number that they can contact you on, or just through the website?
We've got the website, or you can contact us by email. So we've got the email, which is tourismambassador@conwy.gov.uk. And then, you can be enrolled that way too.
That's fantastic. Hang on a minute, let's bring Steve back in. Have you sorted your phone out yet? Sorry, Jasmine.
No.
Gary, thank you. It's nice to have a professional here, isn't it? It really is. So, back to me again. Yes, Gary. Now, I have got a download of 30 jobs that are across the area at the moment.
That's all right. You fire them off.
3 weeks ago, I think I said to you that I've been in the recruitment sector for almost 20 years, and I don't know if you've ever seen job boards hit over 1 million vacancies in the UK.
No.
But it's still a buoyant marketplace for people looking for work. So if you are looking for work at the moment, it's a fantastic time. It really is a fantastic time. It should be a very positive message to put out there that, you know, there's been a lot of negative press over the last 2 years, but if you are looking for work, there is hope and there are things out there. You know, have a flexible mindset, be adaptable, think out the box, think about doing something maybe
just
different.
do something completely different.
You can do that because I mean I don't want to bore listeners with all the roles that we've got here at the moment, but I mean I've got a flavour of 30 jobs, and I can give you a little snapshot, Gary. Just you know, I'll just name them. I'm not going to go into all the details.
Is there one in tourism?
There's a lot. I mean, there's so much out there at the moment.
Sorry,
and I don't know about you, but I did say no to being on the I'm a Celebrity thing. So
yeah, all right then. Yeah, yeah, it was Cledwin.
Yeah, Cledwin. but on a serious note, there were roles there last time round. There was plenty of jobs there. Yeah, I don't know who's recruiting for them at the moment, but yeah, security jobs and things like that. You know, and the sort of back sort of production teams, there was plenty going, but yeah, I mean we've got everything from care assistants in Colwyn Bay, and these are all permanent as well, Gary. So there's lots there. There's work in with Betsy Cadwallader in healthcare, and we've got various roles with them, from professional rehab assistants, you know, for various injuries and sort of medical conditions and things like this, and really good salaries, and staying with Betsy Cadwallader, health record coordinators, administrators, healthcare assistants, catering, domestic assistants. You know, the list literally does go on and on and on. And currently there's lots of leisure sector businesses, caravan parks in the area that are offer sort of office administrators, healthcare practitioners. We've got recycling operatives. We've got retail and travel advisors needed, psychologists. Honestly,
I don't think it's ever been this. How can I say, busy looking for people to, you know, for jobs. To be honest with you,
it's really busy. I mean, to give you an idea, in my old world, obviously the sort of leads that we'd have, because we were a private sector business, and it was from a monetary perspective that we place people into work. There's no, you know, sort of harm in saying that. That's the nature of the sector. The leads that we would get as recruiters were probably about 30 every couple of days. Yeah. Whereas at the moment, I'm seeing about 120 a day in terms of job leads in this area. So
120 a day.
I've seen it gone up by basically 2/3 in the marketplace. So, you know, on one hand, people are worried and there's still a pandemic going on, and, you know, people have lost their jobs. The furlough scheme has ended and people were made redundant, but there's been a big shift from people sort of wanting to go from one sector to another. So, you know, it's a perfect storm out there at the moment. I've never seen anything like it, but really.
So what have you got on there then? What other ones have you got in there? Come on, anything?
Oh, do you want me to go through them?
No. I want. Is the boat person still there?
That's all there, but I haven't
Listener,
got that
if
list.
If you haven't been listening over the past few weeks, we have a boat person up for grabs.
Absolutely.
I guess unbelievable.
I know, it's great, isn't it? Trainee boat person, but honestly, Gary. So if any listeners out there looking for work and they don't know where to turn, they need some help and advice, and we can help with all types of training and barriers back into employment. So whatever it is, no matter how big or small, please get in touch. 01492 575 578.
Lovely. And I'll just bring Jasmine back in, because if you give us the details again, the contact details, the email and the website, and so...
for the ambassador course, you can sign up on the website, which is conwayambassador.wales, and you can email tourismambassador@conway.gov.uk.
Lovely. Thank you very much. And Steve, thank you, young man. You're a scholar.
Thank you, Gary.
And I worship you.
Really appreciate that. I'm sure you don't, but there we go. But hopefully see you next week.
All right. Lovely. Thank you very much. So that's Steve Griffiths and his guest, Jasmine.
From Abergele to Prestatyn, Rhyl to Denbigh, this is Sound Radio 103.1.